Sarah, thanks for your time. Even the judge conceded Victorians feel unsafe, but then bailed them out anyway. So what's your response to that?
Well, Pete, this Victorian Premier and the Victorian Government are completely failing the people of Victoria. We are becoming unsafer by the day due to the incompetence and inaction by this government. And now, of course, we hear that elements of Jacinta Allen's cabinet are blocking tougher bail laws. Imagine being a parent in Victoria. You cannot even send your kids to Luna Park, which is an institution, of course, as it is in Sydney, and know that your children are going to be safe. There is a serious assault in this state every 29 minutes. Car thefts are going up by 42% in 1 year. We have a real crime crisis in this state, and of course, as we've made very clear, we have very strong policies under Brad Batten and the Liberal National Opposition, including break bail, face jail. It's just not good enough. We need to get rid of this terrible government.
This was an issue, and still is an issue, that Queensland faces, though, Sarah, where you've got, despite the laws, more lenient judges. So how much of this falls on the judges?
Well, at the end of the day, the decision that judges make is guided by the law, and clearly, and even now, as Jacinta Allen has conceded, the bail laws in this state are not tough enough. This Premier has consistently refused to impose tougher laws on criminals. This is a state out of control. We've seen the most horrendous crimes. A young woman randomly stabbed walking to work. 2 young kids fatally stabbed in the most brutal attack by youths. It was just horrific, Pete. And even a couple of days ago, outside my own electorate office, there were 5 young kids, like aged 13 to 15. They went on a deadly joyride in a stolen car, crashed outside my office. I mean, what is happening in this state? We've got a weak and insipid government here. They are just not up to the job, and now we have further evidence of that.
Let's race through a couple of other issues this morning, and this one goes to a federal level. Sarah, Murray Watt, he's fishing for your support over his environmental laws. Will he get it?
Well, we haven't seen the full legislation, but we are very concerned about these environmental laws. They pose the biggest threat to getting critical minerals out of the ground, with the proposal for delays and huge fines, which of course imperil Australian jobs and Australian industry. So we hope that this government starts to listen to industry and works with us to ensure that we have the best environmental laws to ensure that we can get these minerals out of the ground and make sure that our country goes from strength to strength.
OK, and just a final one here, Sarah, still with your leader. Jane Hume, she pushed back against her demand that Rudd be sacked this week. She's kind of backtracked since then. Did she make a bad call originally?
Well, I think, I made some comments almost straight after the Trump press conference, and I made it very clear that this was a very important moment for Team Australia in the national interest, and I think Jane made very similar comments. And now, of course, the Prime Minister has made it very clear that Kevin Rudd is there to stay as the ambassador. So we move on, but we are very concerned about a number of issues, including very high tariffs on steel and aluminium. So we really hope and trust that the government can resolve that problem. Well,
there was even some criticism from Andrew Hastie yesterday, all of whom have had issues with Susan Lee in the past. So did she jump the gun? Was she ill-advised with this call to sack Rudd?
Well, Pete, in the Liberal Party, we can respectfully agree to disagree, unlike Labor. If you disagree in Labor, you get expelled. So that's a very fine tradition in the Liberal Party, and that will continue, of course.
All right, Sarah Henderson, we'll leave it there. Thank you.